probably unmute my mic. So, yo, what's up? So today's project is gonna be maybe working on. There's a lone hair attached to that. Maybe working on some Ahriman. I need to get is bright. I could work on that. Yeah, let's put you guys over here so I can see you guys. Hey, thanks for the likes, guys. Awesome to see. A little bright. Yeah. Yeah, I can turn that down. Should be. Hopefully it doesn't make me. Oh, that's not that. Yep. You can. Where's my Elgato stuff? There you go. Okay, so like bright, are you guys a little bright? Yeah. Let me see if I can turn down. How's that? Is that a little better? Also, if the music's too loud, let me know. But can you guys still see? Okay, cool. All right, so today I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I could turn it down a little bit more. I have the setting pulled up, if need be. But so what I was working on previously is this piece. So the way that this figure is you can see on my face cam, it sits like this. So this is Ahriman from 1,000 Suns, and he sits on. Oh shit. Well, now I need to re-glue his back because I just dropped him. Awesome. I gotta re-glue him now, but because he just shattered apart like a Lego. Yo, what's up, Palm? But once I get him glued back up, he'll be fine. But he sits on top of the disc that is this. So, we're gonna try and get this. So this is a glowing green fluorescent paint. We're gonna try and get this more. The greatest respect, you seem like someone who could really great with mushrooms. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, so we're gonna try and get the green fluorescent paint, and then we are going to try and work on this and get this more green. Try and get some more paint to stick to this. I was thinking about doing some of the model today too, but I only got a couple hours. I'm trying to limit myself on how much I stream, so we'll see how much we can get done today. I'm not gonna actually, I think we're gonna not worry about Ahriman today. I think I gotta glue him back together, so I can't believe I just dropped him. But so we're gonna work on the disc today, and that is what we are gonna do. So let me get the green. No, I think I used this one. Yeah, I used this one. So if you guys are wondering what paint I'm using, I use this glow in the dark paint. It's by Abir. it had some good reviews. It had its good price too. So, all right. So let me. I forgot to get water. I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I gotta get water real quick, chat. Enjoy the music. I'll be right back. Thank you for coming in, Pawn. Hope I see you back around, man. Alright, let's get started. So, we got these brushes. I'm gonna see if I can use one of my junk brushes, just so that, so we'll let that soak for a second. We'll use one of the junk brushes, because this stuff I have to apply really thick, and I don't want to mess up one of my finer brushes that I use for like my fine painting details. We are gonna have to repaint over Ahriman a little bit. You know what? Let me see how this is. Do you know how to do a backflip? I do know how to do a backflip, actually. I used to do all kinds of flips when I was younger. I was really good at it. It's probably like one of the highlights of my life. It was really hard to learn, but it was a good time. I actually want to get back into parkour eventually. I gotta get this guy glued. So let's see if we can get him back. I might. You know what? I don't know if it's such a good idea. Are you streaming on YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube as well. I don't know if it's a smart idea to glue him back together. If you do backflip, I can't do one in here. I don't have enough room. Plus, my knee is bugging me a little bit today. From, I think I'm going to leave this apart. I think it'll be easier to paint. That glue is rough. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that apart, because I think I'm actually going to use that. Kind of glad I dropped it. Alright, let's see if this is... Or, you know, if you like Warhammer and stuff, you could always subscribe just to see more Warhammer content. I have all kinds of content planned. You know, from COD Zombies, well, some of the older stuff, not the newer stuff. Warhammer, Rivals. Yeah, man. Thank you. Always love somebody new jumping on board for some stuff. Welcome. Welcome, man. Alright. We take the palette out. This is the old palette. It's a little bit dried up, but that is a-okay, because we are gonna wet the palette. Oh yeah, I love Rivals too, man. Yeah, I'm so excited for next season. I know Gore the God Butcher's coming out. You know, that's the person they've been teasing. It's really exciting. And then if Nightcrawler comes out, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Whether he's a strategist or not, I think I'll be a little bummed if he's a strategist. But you know, if Nightcrawler comes out and he's awesome, that's all I really want. Oh, I love myself some Nightcrawler. He's the only hero I like out of the Marvel Universe. And I don't know exactly why, but and especially since like I'm not super religious, but you know, Nightcrawler is, which is fun. You know, everybody has their thing, but so what I'm gonna do is just apply like a lot, and just try and get all. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so I can try and get you guys in frame. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit, and we are gonna turn this way a little bit. That's good. It's a good angle. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. But just not too much paint built up, but we want it kind of thick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go... I mean, it's fine, you know? It's one of those things, like, Rivals is hard to play a lot. You know, the community's not the best. So you can't really blame anybody for not playing. So this model, I'm not actually a fan of the Thousand Suns, but I did not play Fortnite, unfortunately. That's one of those games I just couldn't get into. I mean, I respect for what it did to a lot of people, brought a lot of people into gaming, and, you know, it's like, and like certain artists got more popular because of Fortnite. Like music artists, like Marshmello got more popular, and, you know, I really liked Marshmello, and he kind of blew up because of Fortnite. Do you use a clear coat after you're done painting them? Yeah, I'll probably use a clear coat, but this fluorescent stuff is like really hard to work with. So, if you ever ask anybody, fluorescent paint is just a pain to work with because it doesn't want to adhere to the resin, because this is resin stuff. It doesn't like it. So you kind of have to like blotch it on, but at the same time you got to spread it out so that, you know, you don't get clumps of paint on your model. So it's one of those things where you just got to like be patient with it, and patience is not exactly a strong suit of mine, so, you know, this really tests it. But, you know, you gotta do your best. But, yeah, so anyways, like I was saying, this, yeah, I used to use fluorescent paint on old G.I. Joe action figures. Yeah, yeah, and that stuff's like a little bit more plasticky. It's not exactly... Oh, you have a YouTube channel too? That's awesome, man. Those G.I. Joe figures, they're not as like... They're a little bit more plasticky. They're not like resin. But still, I mean, it can be a pain to work with. Anyway, this resin stuff's like just a pain also. But, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Is like, oh, you post videos? That's cool. Yeah, now I post as well. But yeah, so this figure is like for my fiance. She likes 1,000 Suns. She showed a little bit of an interest. What kind of vids do you make, Pain? Oh yeah, what kind of videos do you make, man? So right now I'm just trying to like, there's like small little cracks in the center of this piece, and it's like kind of narrow. But I got to get in there with this brush because the other brushes, like I said, I don't want to ruin. And this can be a little sloppy because it's in one of those areas that like almost nobody's gonna see. And then you can kind of just work that paint down. You're trying to make good edits. That's cool. And then you can kind of like work the paint down. That's the best way to do this type of stuff. Is like work that paint from top down. Like with the way that this base is made. Oh, that's cool. So, just like big old. But the goal is to cover the white right now, because like I primed this in white so that it would be easier to paint over. So my goal today is cover the white. Okay, I want to find interesting streams, so bye. I hope you be popular one day. Thanks, man. Also, if you guys hop over on the Twitch end, you can start earning channel points. Thank you. Alright, so that seems like I made some coverage on that. So, just getting this like very green. Bye, have a good one, Payne. Hopefully we'll see you around again. And just get some good old coverage on this. I think we just smoothen out some of this stuff. Not really push the paint around. Just kind of like let it dry. It'll... Still, you gotta be careful with this like fluorescent paint. You don't want to push it around. You want it to cover, but you want it to be smooth, but you also don't want to push it around. So I'm trying to be really gentle because I want the white to be gone. But it's going to be one of those things where this paint takes a long time to dry. And it's gonna take just layers and layers and layers. Eventually, it'll be green and it'll look good. Now, I'm gonna set that there for right now. And I think I'm gonna start working on... I'm gonna start working on Ahriman a little bit. So we're gonna work on this. So you see these antlers right here, guys? These antlers are gonna be glowing green. So we're gonna get some splotches on there, get it covered, and you know the holes will fill them just like we did with these today for the other thing, for the disc. So let's get some more paint because we'll need some more. Just a little glob. Little glob goes a long way. Get some nice water on there. And I think I'm gonna try like really watering it up and see if I can Thanks for the bit. And see like well, noted. Lesson is here. Don't do your trim before you do your fluorescence. So now I'm messing up my trim. See, like this backside, because I barely got to paint it, is a lot easier. So like right now on this, because there's none already, it's really not wanting to stick. But you can always try and encourage it. Just do our best. And just try and get all the paint in the cracks. Just try and follow along those antlers. And get that excess. And so they're a little bit more green now. You can see. You see, it's a little bit more green. But so it's gonna have to dry like this. It looks a little sloppy, but you know, it's one of those things. So I'm just trying to clean up a little. Forgot about the little antlers. Yeah, it's just gonna have to dry like that. Like, I'm starting to get frustrated now because I'm just like, I want it to stick, but it doesn't want to. Work on the staff real quick. Alright, now the staff's got some green hue to it. Loki should get as well. I'm in mod view lol. Yeah, no, that's Twitch for you. You know. But, you know. Yeah, so, oh wait, we can do, the warp on the, around the arm. So, if you don't know about Warhammer, what the warp is like this hellish underground. And it's, well, not underground. It's just like other place. You can picture what most people talk about purgatory is like a between heaven and hell. Kind of like that gist, except like if you picture, well, the warp is like hell. Imagine if outer space had a section where that was hell, and that's the warp. And the warp can make magic. And some people, like our boy Ahriman here, can harness that magic. Well, Ahriman's one of the best at it. But yeah, so I want to get this magic to be very glowy. Henceforth, all the fluorescence. Hopefully I don't need any more paint. I'm so close to being done. Or at least as painted as this stuff's gonna get. I'd say that's pretty good. So, this is the magic that's going around his arm. So, I am painting Ahriman. Ahriman is the... So, for a little bit of lore background, Ahriman is the first captain of the Thousand Sons. Thousand Sons is a... They kind of have like an Egyptian type influence, but they're not really Egyptian. They just look that way. But the Thousand Sons are pretty much space wizards. And so the way that Warhammer works in a legion for space marines, factions have a first captain. They have a primarch, which is like the leader of the legion, a son of the emperor. Whether they are a traitor or not, were a son. They either are or were a son of the emperor. Whether he denounces them or not is up to the Horus Heresy, which was a civil war. I'm not going to go into that, but Ahriman is a first captain. So it goes Primarch, first captain, and then officers and stuff, and then it trickles down to regular mob people. And Ahriman is the first captain, making him second in command of the army. Ahriman is one of the most powerful sorcerers to ever sorcerer in the universe of Warhammer. A lot of people that, you know, are enemy, there's an enemy near him, a lot of people will just disintegrate being near him or go completely insane. So he's a uber powerful guy. Not somebody's can really like mess with your head and stuff. I think that's good. Okay, so that's that. But Ahriman is actually the downfall of his people. He actually caused the downfall of his people. So this is looking pretty good. It's somewhat dry too. I don't want any paint to go to waste, so we'll keep going. Now I'm kind of just like dabbing, because it's a little rough now, but still want to keep one consistent color. But Ahriman doomed his people because whenever the allegiance, well, whenever their Primarch was dying, he swore his allegiance to Zeech, which is one of the 4 Chaos Gods. He is a trickster. Zeech is a trickster. He's a tricky fella, per se. He is a rage baiter. He is a class punk, you know? He's that annoying kid in your elementary school class that just fucking yells for no reason and is just complete ass to everyone. That's Zeech. And so Zeech, doing Zeech things, was decided that whenever everybody was gonna swear their allegiance to him, he's like, it'd be fun if I made all of them start mutating into these hideous monsters. So this was called the flesh change. Ahriman got worried, and he was seeking. Now, the leader of the Legion, Magnus, Magnus was kind of like upset about everything that happened. He got betrayed by the Emperor. He got fooled. He got made a fool of by Horus, and Horus manipulated both Lehman and Magnus. Both. So, indirectly getting Magnus to the Traitor Legion. But Magnus was still upset about, he was a traitor amongst his brothers. And all he was trying to do was warn his dad that there was a war coming. But that didn't matter, because his dad said, stop using space magic. It's bad. He didn't want to listen. Now, whether or not Magnus was wrong or not, it's whatever. But that's a conversation for another day. Ahriman, seeing that he had his head on straight, he's like, it is what it is, we're traitors, whatever. But our entire army is changing into these hideous, mutated monsters. And he's like, how do I stop this? So him and some other exalted sorcerers, they decided they're going to try and cast a spell. Now, I don't know, if they knew exactly, they didn't know exactly what was going to happen. I know that. Because Ahriman did feel bad afterwards. But they did the spell of the rubric, which pretty much took everybody and got rid of their flesh. All of the Thousand Sons Legion was rid of their flesh. That was kind of the goal. But what ended up happening was their flesh burned away and their souls burned into their armor. So anybody that wasn't a sorcerer didn't actually per se live. I mean, they're there's all those soldiers are still alive, but they look like dust. They kind of like fairies now. And people make fun of all the dusty boys. So that's what happened in the rubric spell. And that's, Ahriman's a powerful sorcerer, but he needed some help. But he pretty much damned the Legion. Because, you know, it's really hard to replace, you know, empty sets of armor that have souls burned into them. And also, you know, it's a downside because now all your soldiers need an exalted sorcerer to be near them to turn on the armor. Because the armor, it's not like they're people anymore. They're not. They are just, you know, kind of just non-existent. They're like robots. So it's kind of sad. You know, that's one of the sadder legions. Vanessa found a lot of interest and intrigue with it. And she said that they sound the least fucked up. Which, I mean, you know, their shit is more sad than fucked up. So I gave her two options because I wanted to get a big centerpiece for her. I gave her two options. I said Ahriman or Magnus. She didn't want me to spend the money on Magnus, which is fine. So Ahriman was. And now I'm painting Ahriman for her. This stuff will, like, this is supposed to, like, charge and glow and stuff. I haven't really seen it glow in the dark. Let me be honest. I am kind of, like, speed painting this stuff, but there's, like, a lot of, like, white areas. This stuff's not drying quick. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. Alright. So we got all the warp stuff pretty greened up. So you guys can see. we'll redo the trim. But you know, like as you can see, there's a lot of excess stuff, so that'll have to get. Some of it's. I'll try and get it fully covered. So, yeah, that's a little better. Hey, where is that at? Thank you. Fucking goated it. Look at that shit. Sniped! But, so, we got that back of the antlers done. And so, that's probably what we're gonna do for today. Is we got all this stuff, but it has to dry, and this stuff takes forever. It's gonna take it like a day or two, honestly. But, you know, we made some pretty good progress. Like, this stuff's gonna glow now. I wish I could show you guys, but it's hard to show. Hey, computer, turn on ceiling light.
Okay.
Computer, turn ceiling light blue.
Got it.
Alright, let's see. So, yeah, it's like really hard to see. You can't, I mean, it kind of glows. I definitely can see it. It's so hard to see. But it looks cool. I promise it, whenever I can, I'll get like a better like resolution shot whenever it's finished. I gotta get some type of thing where I can like set it on a table and get like a really high res shot for you guys, but yeah, I need to repaint some of this. Yeah, it's got a little bit of it, but it's really hard to see. But that's probably gonna be it for tonight. Because I am gonna hang out with the lady. So I'm probably gonna get off here. Just fucking... But yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap up stream here. Again, I'll be on tomorrow. It's not gonna be like a definite time for right now, guys. I'm not gonna have like a schedule. I'm gonna just know I'm gonna stream daily. Again, be like Payne, and go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on any of my socials. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to like it, so I know you guys like it. I'm probably still going to continue to do this because this can be something that I can do whenever I'm not in the mood of playing Rivals. Like right now, I just hit GM3. That's kind of where I want to sit at for the rest of the season, so I'm not really going to play too much more Rivals. And I kind of like burnt out of the other stuff, so like painting right now is going to be something calming for me to do. Building Warhammer is going to be something calming for me to do. And it's gonna be more chill type of content, but I can kind of like shovel that stuff to the side. Yes, I will be on tomorrow when you're online. I will be, for sure. I'll be playing some. I definitely play some Rivals. It's I just can't solo queue right now, guys. Like, solo queuing is just, it's atrocious. It's like a roll of the dice. I literally won 5 games, lost 5 games, won 5 games in a row. And it's like all like, and it's like some of them are like games I shouldn't have won. But like, I was able to pull through in a couple of different ways. Like playing Storm with the healing team up or something like that. And I love these new team ups and stuff because it gives me so much more agency to like try and help my teammates in the ways that they can't be helped. Like Dinosaur, for example. Like, again, another healing team up is that Jeff one. And it's nice because when I'm getting pumped and I know my healers are not looking at my Strange that's in front of me and about to die, I can try and heal him and put damage out on their tanks. You know? So, it's just... But, like, if my healers could just, like, know how to heal correctly and not, like, all look at one person or completely look away from the fight, I wouldn't have to do stuff like that. And that only comes with higher rank. That's why I'm steadily moving up. But there are games that I do win or lose, and it's just, there's nothing I can do. Or, you know, I'm trying my absolute hardest every game. So, I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, like, you just need a good healer. But it's hard because whenever you have somebody, like, whenever... The best person to do it with is a DPS. For either role. It's tank DPS. Support DPS. That's the best way to duo. Because DPS have such an impact on the game. So, it's just one of those things that you gotta have a DPS. Here, just struggling. And that's why I'm trying to play more DPS, because I see it's more impactful. But, regardless, I definitely will be on tomorrow. So, we'll probably do some Rivals tomorrow. I can zoom this back out. But yeah, probably be on tomorrow. Well, no, I'll definitely be on tomorrow. Not probably. We're gonna try and keep this stuff going. You know, got some good stuff coming. I would like to look into doing reaction stuff too, because I feel like when I react to stuff, man, like, I'm emotionally invested too, and like some of these stuff, like I cry, man. I won't even front, man. Like, I'll actually like cry. I get like completely engrossed in the stuff I'm watching. Like, Nightcrawler pissed me off though. But it's just one of those things. It's like I gotta be. So maybe I could try doing some like light reaction content. It'd be so cool. Although I watch so many movies and stuff too. Yeah, I mean, like, this is one of those things, like, I feel like reaction stuff, like, some people are like, they're faking it or whatever, but, like, some people are just, like, more in touch with their emotions, and I feel like, it's sad that, like, even still our society, like, us guys have to be, like, I don't, like, I feel wrong, like, something in me feels wrong for being in touch with my emotions enough when I'm watching some movie or show that I cry. But it's because I'm immersed in it. The acting's good, it's believable, and it's sad to see. I don't know. even though like there's a part of me that feels wrong for being in touch with my emotions, I could care less. I really don't care because I'm gonna be in touch with my emotions. I'd rather be that way because that's what people know me for, and that's what people can talk to me for, and I'm fine with that. So, but aside from that, that is I think that's all. I think we're gonna end up stream here. Like I said, I'll be on tomorrow, so you know, it's not like you guys have a long wait. So thank you all for coming out. Payne and obviously my moderator, why play. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out. But Payne, thank you for being our top chatter. I appreciate it. I also believe that you subbed. I appreciate that as well. If you want to get a shout out, if you guys are a viewer, I know there's some people that were just viewing. If you ever want to get a... Yeah, thank you. If you guys ever want to get a shout out at the end, just be sure to chat a little bit on stream. I love it when people chat and interact with the stream. It makes it go by a little bit more smoothly. It's a little less awkward whenever I'm not sitting in silence. So sometimes I get focused on stuff. But when I see you guys chat, I try to read them. I try to respond. And I try to keep conversation going. So on that note, thank you guys for coming out. Love you all. And have a good night.